Mic check. All right, we good. What's the motherfucking deal? Follow up in this thing. Who we gonna get up in here tonight? You know what I'm saying? Come in, shoot the shit with Sheldon. You feel me? Follow up in him. Who we got? Who we got? Let me know who you is and where you from as you follow up in this thing. We got Myron Walker. What it do? What's good with you, man? Appreciate you pulling up to Sheldon's Bootleg Ass Studio. Oh God. Yeah, good morning to you. For sure. It's what? It's 2 a.m. here in East Texas. Let me know where y'all at. Good morning right back to you. Appreciate you for pulling back up to Sheldon's Bootleg Ass Studio. You can be anywhere in the world. Indiana. Big shouts to Indiana all the way from East Texas. Oh God. We up in this thing. For shit show. Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Let me know who you is, where you from. Hit that like button as you follow up in here. For sure. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Shouts out to me as well, Myron Walker say. For sure. Appreciate the love on God. Indubitably. Yeah, man, it's been a whole lot of shit happening. You feel me? In the world today, we got Carolyn Bryant. Just call me Boo. 11:58 in Las Vegas. What he do? Appreciate you pulling up to the Bootleg Ass Studio. We up in here. Indubitably. But yeah. I'm just over here breaking down the situation, allowing a few more people to follow up in here before we get started. You know what I'm saying? We just shooting the shit though. Indubitably. Ha. A lot of things going on in the world. A lot of things going on, man. You feel me? Some shit should have been happening a long time ago, but you know, God works in mysterious ways, and we can't complain when He decides to take somebody out. But when He does, you know, that's all He's doing. Carolyn Bryant, I feel like justice should have been taking place a long time ago. But I'm not the maker. Indubitably. Had it been somebody in my family, I'd have spent the rest of my life. How they did Emmett Till? I'd have spent the rest of my life, call me what you want, trying to find and do something to somebody. You understand me? But they not me and I'm not them. I pray to God nothing like that happen to anybody in my family or, you know, or me. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can be touched. But what's good? What say you? How y'all feeling, man? We got Myron Walker. We got Just Call Me Boo up in this thing. For sure. Tap in with me. G got a dip. I follow you though. For sure. Appreciate you pulling up to the Bootleg Ass Studio. You know what I'm saying? For showing your face. You know what I'm saying? At the very least. Yeah. You be safe out there, man. Out there in them Indiana streets. Don't be a stranger. Yeah. Yeah, we got Carolyn Bryant finally being erased. Finally. Then we got Dr. Phil and his take on reparations. Oh, yes. The R word. That R word that they don't want us talking about. We here to talk about it. What's good? How y'all feeling, man? Been a hot little second since I've been live. I went live the other day for the first time. Experienced technical difficulties. I'm gonna pray we don't have any on this stream. You know what I'm saying? But we here. We good. Hope everybody out there feeling good, feeling great, having a wonderful weekend. You know what I'm saying? The start of your weekend, rather. Yeah. All right. Before we get started on the main topic, man, I wanted to share this with y'all. I thought this was quite interesting. We have some conjoined twins. They sharing a boyfriend. You got a book signed by Emmett Till's sister to your great grandmother. Oh man, that's what's up. Just call me Boo. Wow, that's heavy. And his cousin had made a statement, I believe, to 60 Minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I had that pulled up as well. But before we get up into the main meat of it, let's talk about these conjoined twins who share a cat together and a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? They living with a boyfriend, man. This is some weird, some wild. Let me watch my words. You know what I'm saying? We living in a world of sensitivity. But check this out, man. Twins who shares one cat with her sister talks about living with her boyfriend. Let's see what they talking about. Oh God. I says conjoined twins Carmen and Lupita I don't know how to say their last name. Andrade. They 22. They are a perfect example of the expression life is what you make of it. All right. So despite the challenges of sharing a bloodstream pelvis and reproductive system, the pair of social media celebrities have shown the world that they can flourish in physical activities and fashion while maneuvering daily tasks such as operating a vehicle. Dating appears to be one of the least complicated aspects of their lives because Lupita identifies as asexual with her sister. Carmen has a boyfriend she met in 2020 on an online dating app called Hinge. I never tried to hide the fact that I'm a conjoined twin, which meant I got a lot of messages from guys with fetishes, Carmen said. I'm sure she did. Get up out my way. All right, it says together, Carmen, her boyfriend, Daniel, and her conjoined twin, Lupita, have navigated their way through a balanced relationship that has provided all of them with plenty of fond memories. I'm sure it has. Talk about 2 in 1, huh? Talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone, huh? It's funny because I stay up later with Lupita, but when Daniel sleeps over, I fall asleep quickly, and he stays up talking with her. Damn, Carmen said. Sometimes I feel bad because I want to spend so much time with Daniel, so we try to come up with compromises like Lupita would choose where we go out to dinner or what activity we're going to do. Third wheeling, for sure. Carmen and Daniel plan on living with one another and getting married someday. Although they like the idea of having biological children of their own, it isn't physically possible. I like being a dog mom, Carmen said. Lupita and I can't get pregnant. We have endometriosis. Endometriosis? Never heard of it. And we're also on a hormone blocker that prevents us from menstruating. So let's look up endometriosis, man. Never heard of such. Endometriosis is a condition in which cells similar to the lining of the uterus or endometrium grow outside the uterus. Endometriosis. Endometriosis often involves the pelvic tissue and can envelop the ovaries and fallopian tubes. It affects nearby organs, including the bowel and bladder. Mm, it's a lot going on, man. Dude, a tough fella for putting up with it. You know what I'm saying? They got the same cat. Yeah, she don't they have to since y'all share the same cat? Yeah, I mean, like the sister pretty much she ain't got no choice. Like she's there. But what happens if the sister wants a boyfriend? Like D's down. They just gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Then how is Daniel gonna feel if the sister want to get a boyfriend, but he don't want his girlfriend to have to interact with the boyfriend, and they're gonna be sharing the same cat. Like, what if she be like, okay, well, you let Daniel hit, but you know what I'm saying? It's Tommy's turn. D's down. Like my situation up. How y'all feeling out there in the world, man? How y'all feeling? How y'all feel about that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Moving right along, we got some black excellence in the building. You feel me? We got a high school senior breaks U.S. record with 125 college acceptances with $9 million in scholarships. Round of applause for this young man right here. You feel me? Big shout out. Big shout out. All right. His name is Dennis Barnes, a senior at International High School of New Orleans, has broken a record. This came as he has been accepted to 170 colleges and universities and has been offered over $9 million in scholarships. Sheesh. Mm-hmm. It ain't all about rapping. It ain't all about gang banging. It ain't all about drug dealing and shit like that. It ain't all about playing football. It ain't all about basketball, man. You feel me? Use his brain up here, man. They don't make this type of shit cool, and this is what needs to be cool. Imagine if this was cool right here. A lot of our youth would be following stuff like this instead of throwing up gang signs at 4 years old and shit. You know what I'm saying? Barnes sent applications to 200 institutions. He will announce what school he has chosen to attend on May 2nd. Barnes is 16 years old and was granted the ability to be promoted to 10th and 11th grade early. Because of the number of offers he has received, he has broken the Guinness Book of World Records. That record was held by another high school senior in Louisiana. That person had generated $8.7 million in scholarships in 2019. Barnes has said that his goal is to get up to $10 million in scholarships by the end of the month. Dennis has made accolades that he can add to his achievements as well. This includes maintaining a 4.98 cumulative grade point average, being a dual credit student, being fluent in Spanish, and being a member of the National Honor Society. The road to success, the road to a successful future is to plan ahead, network with collegiate partners, and know that if you can see your vision, you can achieve your goal. Barnes expressed. Wow. Barnes is the future. No, that dude is a genius. Nah, for real. We took a hit at the same time. Oh, so we smoking. You know what I'm saying? We shooting the shit and we smoking together. Smoking and toking. On God. On God. I appreciate y'all pulling up to the Bootleg Gas Studio. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Indubitably. You feel me? The super chat, if you're watching on YouTube, is waiting for you, but I'd rather you hit that cash app because YouTube like to take majority of the paper. On God. And that cash app comes out of me. So if you want to donate, that cash app. I had a ticker going. Oh, shit. Where's my ticker? I'll get my ticker later. Anyway, Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he had a high school senior from Louisiana breaking the record. Dennis Barnes. Shout out to that young man right there. Did it say what city he was from? It says he went to international high school. Oh, in New Orleans. There it is, New Orleans. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Already. Already. What's good though? Could you have a life? I feel like you couldn't focus on anything else. It's a rare thing. What's that? What we talking about, sweetheart? We talking about the conjoined twins? Or we talking about the genius high schooler? I'm confused, sweetheart. We got just called me Boo. The genius. Oh yeah. I mean, all he got is school, huh? It seemed like that's all he got his head buried in, but you know, maybe it'll work out in the long run. Cause when he's 20, well, shit, he ain't far from there now. So when he's 28, because he's what probably 18 now. When he's 28, 10 years from now, some of his friends won't be in the same position as him. He gonna be far off. Man, going at the rate he's going now, he's gonna be well in achieving his goals. But that is a job, you know what I'm saying? Got your head buried in the books, no fun to be had, which is really the ideal life. I mean, that's really what you're supposed to be doing in college anyway, but having your head buried in the books. And we be going partying and turning up. We be wanting to have fun and shit. We go to college to party and shit for the most part. Not me, I didn't, but I'm saying, us as a whole. Hmm. He'll be able to have anything and anyone when he's ready, for sure. If he stay focused like he focused, real talk, real talk, real talk. You know, we've got people like him doing great things out here that needs to be highlighted and you know, uh, brought to the light. You know what I'm saying? Then we got people like Charleston White clowning finesse 2 times and Boosie. Let's watch this shit right quick. Then we finna go ahead and get up into uh then we finna go ahead and get up into Carolyn Bryant now. You feel me? How y'all feeling? Hit that like button, man. I just want to throw a little comedy up in here. Cause you know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be all rah rah rah. I feel like Charleston White is a funny individual. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people hate that man. And for valid reasons. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? He be getting up under their skin. He don't get up under mine though. But anyway, so finesse 2 times has been called ugly by JT. JT is a member of the City Girls who's dating Lil Uzi Vert, right? And I believe she was clowning somebody else, and she said that their baby looks like finesse 2 times and somebody else. Finesse 2 times didn't like the shit too well. He goes online with his child. With his child. Let's see if I can find that video, by the way. He goes online with his child. And he got his child talking all crazy, you know what I'm saying, calling a woman all kinds of bees and ugly bees and shit like, you know what I'm saying? which is small dick energy, if you ask me. Is 2 times. But yeah, so he goes on live. He have his son talking all crazy. But anyway, let's see what Charleston White got to say. It says Charleston White clowns finesse 2 times in Lil Boosie for being bad parents. So I don't know what Charleston White gonna say. He did like, but let's see. God damn, it ain't gonna hold on. We might lose sound for 1 second. Hold on. Mic check. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I just had to power off my interface and power it back on. You feel me? Let me see. I bet we Gucci. You don't have no 2 times is nobody. Nobody. I mean, he got some fire ass shit. I ain't gonna lie. He do got some fire shit versus a lot of what these rappers got today. But I mean, it's typical though. Like, there we go. Okay, my sound is back in. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Let's see what damn Charleston White has to say. But 2 times is a rapper. He got some hot shit. What's that? The back end. He got a song called It's Cool When They Do It. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck him. If you heard that on the internet, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that's him. That's finesse 2 times. You know what I'm saying? I guess, you know. Anyway, yeah. Let's see what Charleston got to say. Sir Charles.
Yeah, ain't nobody apologize to Boosie. Yeah, Boosie a hoe. But I don't want to talk about that no more. Yeah, fuck D Wade, baby, and fuck that little boy. The point I was making with the D Wade, baby, and the finesse 2 times. That little boy finesse 2 times got he gonna turn up gay anyway. All the gangsters do. Yeah. All the gangsters do. Apologize to San Antonio. Fuck San Antonio. But listen, all the gangsters turn gay anyway. That little boy finesse 2 times got that little bitch going to jail. Little dice shoot motherfucker going to jail, and he probably done been molested. He probably done been fucked in his head. Yeah, that little old boy, way he shooting them dice. He been in the streets. He don't have no parents. You think ain't nobody molested that little boy? You crazy? That little 10-year-old boy been molested. He know too much street shit. He too grown. So he gonna be gay just like he might fade. He gonna be the nigga fucking Dwayne Wade, son. Hell you talking about? He the gangster nigga that's gonna be fucking the punk. That little boy finesse 2 times got. So he gonna be gay either way. I'd much rather have the Dwayne Wade parenting than that finesse 2 times. Finesse 2 times been an absent parent in jail, in prison, ain't raised no kids. Finesse 2 times don't know what it's like to burp a baby. Man, that nigga that nigga even know how to tie his own motherfucking shoe. That nigga dumb.
They don't know what it's like to burp a baby.
Daddy. Then don't he got a bull dagger daughter too, like Boosie? Boosie got a bull dagger daughter. Boosie raised gay kids. Boosie got a gay bitch daughter, Lil Ivory. Boosie got a gay ass daughter. He got a faggot. Fuck is y'all talking about? Like D-Wade parenting is wrong. Boosie got a faggot baby too. Don't forget that Lil Ivory. Whatever that little girl name is, a punk too. But that little boy finesse 2 times got. That boy go fuck punks when he grow up. Look at him, he already gangster. Fuck, that's the first step of a punk fucker. Being gangster that young. He already know what to do. D-Wade ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming back from Boosie. Boosie got a faggot. Fuck you talking about that little girl Boosie got is a flaming punk too. So don't try to make it like D-Wade parenting bad. Boosie done produced a punk too. To say, I'm not bullshit. You lying to me. Say you lying to me if you think Boosie ain't produced no motherfucking punk. He got a bull dagger bitch too. Nigga, here you talking about. I ain't say ain't nobody off limits. I ain't nobody off limits. Say, they just shut down my YouTube channel, y'all. Guess what they shut down my YouTube channel? Talking about the Jews. How disrespect.
Nah, well, you ain't finna get mine took down. Shit, I'm finna stop you right there, Charlie. We gonna have to stop you right there, big dog, because he probably finna go inward. You feel me? But this is the video, I think, if I ain't mistaken. I hope this is the video. Let's see. Let's see. No, this is hold up. Is this the video? Well, that's an ad for them, so. So, okay, that ain't the right video. That's a part of the video, so that's a clip of that video. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he had his little dog. He had his little son up there calling all kind of. It was very, you know what I'm saying, hood nigga, appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, remember when Dave Chappelle said the most gangster thing a nigga can do is if somebody in there. Hey man, he ain't lying, bro. Like that's what all the gangsters do. So all the niggas who just really tough guy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they hiding something. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no reason in the world for you to just be super tough like that. You know what I'm saying? Who's done something to you, man? Who hurt you? Who took something from you? Who took it from you? Anyway, in other news, let's go ahead and get up into this shit, man. So we got Carolyn Bryant finally done croaked over. You know what I'm saying? Finally gone. I'm saying, like, how she get off going this long with nothing happening to her? Did she have any hospital visits? It seemed like she just lived a long, prosperous life. Probably had grandkids, probably a great grandmother, you know what I'm saying? And somebody's auntie and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she got to live a long, prosperous life. You feel me? Couldn't have been me. I'm sorry. Call me what you want. God is still working on me. But let it happen to some in my family that I really love. God, please do not don't let nothing like this happen, because y'all gonna see a side of Sheldon that y'all ain't know was there. On God. On God. Anyway, white woman is what this thing says. They just black frank with it, huh? Oh look. White woman. They're just gonna put it in your face. White woman whose claim caused Emmett Till murder has died. Look at her. Goose looking at her. Mongoose looking at her. Mm. Mm. That's sad, man. That's sad. Just had to go through some of them pictures. Oh, damn, get up off her. They don't want me to get up off her ugly ass. Let go. So in Jackson, Mississippi, the white woman who accused black teenager Emmett Till of whistling at and accosting her in Mississippi in 1955, causing his lynching, which galvanized a generation of activists to rise up in the civil rights movement, has died at 88. It's crazy because right after they just lynched, what's his name? The guy in Mississippi, the guy, was it Alabama? I'm getting a phone call. I'm live. Dude probably want studio time. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. Yo, what's good, G? Man, what time? How when you need? Hmm. Okay, okay. By how long? How far away are you? Okay, okay. That's cool. Yeah, just hit me. When you're like 15 out or something. I bet. Hey man, the grind don't stop. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying. I thought I had my shit on silent, but it's on silent now. Anyway, Rasheem Carter. Is that his name? Rasheem Carter. Where did this happen? It happened in Mississippi. This just happened last year in 2022. The story has just grown legs and wings, and we're hearing about it in 2023. But Rasheem Carter was decapitated and dismembered here there in Mississippi, and she just died. Whole new generation. Hey man, hey man, I see a pattern, and it's only gonna continue to happen until somebody do something to make it stop. I'm just saying, like, all that marching in the streets, what's marching in the streets gonna do? It's cool when we tried it and we seen it didn't work. Then we need to try something different. We want to march in the streets about some shit then. You know, but anyway, I digress. You feel me? I feel like somebody should have brought her hat a long time ago. And the other men as well that were involved, the ones who had got their hands dirty doing it. Anyway, Carolyn Bryant Dunham died in hospice care Tuesday night in Westlake, Louisiana, according to a death report filed Thursday in the Calcasieu Parish Coroner's Office. Hey man, I don't know how to pronounce that. There's some French shit right there. You feel me? Her death marks the last chance for anyone to be held accountable for the kidnapping and the murder that shocked the world. They let all of them go for the most part because they needed to be bashed, beheaded, tortured, skin peeled. But don't listen at me. I'm just talking. Till's mother, Mamie Till Mobley, insisted on an open casket funeral in their hometown of Chicago so the world could see her 14-year-old son mutilated body, which was pulled from a river in Mississippi. Jet Magazine published photos. You know what I'm saying? And we all know, for those who don't, go research it because I'm not about to read all of this right. That's a whole lot of. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm finna get up into why we deserve reparations. Because shit like this still happening to this day. And they don't want to pay up no goddamn reparations. You feel me? But they want to give out money to all of these refugees or immigrants from other countries. We got to fund that from our tax dollars. And then they want to gripe about the tax dollars that it will cause for us receiving the reparations that we deserve versus a handout that has been given to these people who are, you know, not even American citizens. But, you know, let's get on up on Dr. Phil, man. I don't know if y'all heard, but we're gonna skip around on some of this, man. Dr. Phil had a whole episode pertaining to reparations. And it was quite interesting to watch. Disgusting a little bit too. Hit that like button though. Oh damn, I ain't sharing it. My
We
bad.
cannot ignore the reality of systemic racism and how it's affected the black community.
The big crisis facing America is not.
It's just the intro. We ain't miss shit.
Let's do
Like
it.
I said, we're gonna skip around.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today is going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
Get ready to take care of you.
See, they want to treat this reparations thing like it's a damn handout. They want to treat this shit like it's a handout, man.
How you doing? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, let me ask you some questions. Have any of you used any of these ancestry DNA tests to trace your history? Raise your hand high if the answer is yes. Okay, so quite a few of you have. Okay. Anybody learn anything that really surprised you, really shocked you? What did you find out?
I found out that I'm directly related to
population that can trace its.
A lot of people just don't know what you're talking about when you use a word like reparations.
The concept of reparations dates back to just after the Civil War, when the federal government initially promised, but never delivered, 40 acres and a mule to former slaves.
What we're really talking about is addressing past specific economic harms, addressing the challenges we have today.
Top Republicans oppose Booker's idea.
I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago for whom none of us currently living are responsible is a good idea. We've elected an African-American president.
We've tried to.
Did y'all hear what this? Did y'all hear what this goddamn unborn chick had to say about reparations? We've elected an African-American president.
Responsible is a good idea. We've elected an African-American president.
The man ain't even African-American. The man is Kenyan-American and white. He's not a descendant of slavery. None of his people descended from the slavery of American slavery. No. Nobody who's in office has ancestors who descended. Nobody's black that's in office. Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and what is the other lady? I forgot the other lady, the other black lady name. But anyway, they aren't descendants of American slavery, but it's a trick bag thrown in our face. We thinking that, hey, we vicariously living through them and coming up. We got black people, black faces in high places. No. The hands that built the White House, the descendants of those people are still not having black faces in high places at the White House. Nobody has descended from slavery and ascended into high places like the White House or president. Like, what are you talking about? They do this shit to trick us. And then he want to say that something that happened over 150 years ago wouldn't be a good idea to pay. Listen, whenever you got to bill a debt and that debt goes into a collection, you no longer owe that company that you originally owed. It goes into the collection. Now you owe them. They've inherited that debt. So now you, sir, your people has inherited that debt that you owe to us, the descendants of the people who were enslaved. So what are you saying? That debt does not just goes nowhere. No, it's passed down. That's how that shit happened. So what we need to be doing is calling they goddamn ass up like them collections calls be calling, reminding their ass about this payment and the interest that's accruing daily. You dig what I mean? But hey,
We've tried to overcome all of our mistakes with the American.
we got divine and sublime up in the building.
Country, but we're trying to form a more perfect union, and I don't think this helps.
It's not a Republican or Democratic issue. It is an issue that African Americans remain the only population that can trace its history to bondage, to being chattel.
Slavery was reprehensible. It's indefensible. But reparations presents a whole different issue.
It is clearly an opportunity for America to enter into a constructive dialogue, an open dialogue about the impact of slavery and racism.
They have no problem with paying reparations to those who were wronged during the Holocaust, or and they had no hand in that. They had no hand in that, but they have no problem with helping those people. They have no problem with helping those people come in from Ukraine or the Afghanistanians, you know, and they have no gripe about where the tax where the money is gonna come from. But us. And then we get
Well,
coons,
Patrice has been hearing stories about her
raccoons,
ancestors since she was 4 years old
that agrees with it.
and did her own digging into her DNA. She says while her great-great-grandmother Florence was a black woman born into slavery, Florence's grandfather and Patrice's great-great-great-great-grandfather was a white slave owner. However, Florence received.
If we continue to sit back and say all of the challenges that we face, that somehow the control of that is in the hands of white America, this sets up a terrible situation for this nation.
This is a concept. So am I black? I mean, it becomes a very complex issue.
Alex, how do you respond?
You have to define.
Let's check them. Let's check him out. Let's check Buddy
You
out.
say it shouldn't be done because it's too complex to come up with an answer, or because there has been inequities that are still having an effect? You just don't know how to level the playing field? What's your...
You can't level playing fields. That never works in human history. The big problem is that when you look at a situation that's as long as it is, I mean, as people talk about it, they talk about the United States' history with slavery. There was slavery in what is now the United States longer than we've been a country. It's like 260 years of slavery under Spanish rule in Florida, 230 years of America. How do you blame America for things that predate America? I mean, we have these problems where you have to define what does it mean to be black. You know,
Because when America was born, quote unquote, that's what was going on. So regardless, America allowed this to happen.
Doing my own ancestry.
What are you saying?
Through my father, it's like 2% Congolese DNA. I have no idea where that comes from. I can tell you it's...
Congolese does not mean that you are a foundational black American.
7 or 8 generations back, and my family was here in the country at that time. So am I black?
No, sir, you are not black. No, you're not. And don't let them try to weasel that shit in, because as soon as we do get reparations, because it's going to happen, California is already making proposals and things of that nature. They're going to start trying to squeeze themselves in just the same way they did the $5 Indians. Because once the Indians got reparations and things of that nature, they wanted to reap those benefits. And they found a way to get that benefit, and hence the $5 Indian became, they paid $5 in order to be classified as an Indian. Look it up.
I mean, it becomes a very complex issue.
Alex, how do you respond to this?
I think that really when we look at reparations as a concept, we look a lot at the most polarizing part of it, and that's this idea of cash payment. And I think that we need to realize as a society that we are not only a country that was built upon slavery and that was built upon systems of institutional racism, but we also need to accept the fact that some communities have then been invested in by the government in the years since more than others. And so I think that when we talk about the racial wealth gap in this country, we're less talking about a cash gap. We're less talking about something that needs to be solved by taking a check from one person and giving it to someone else based on classifications of who is black and who's not, but also looking at ways that we can invest in communities.
Have reparations already been made across the last, certainly?
Yeah, to Native Americans. Yeah, to people that America has done no wrongdoing to, things of that nature. Yeah, reparations have definitely been paid by America and still will be.
60, 70 years?
But not for black people.
I think that we have begun to make progress in a positive direction, but it is moving too slowly.
Well, a lot of scholars would say that federal and state governments have already spent billions on social programs such as affirmative action, welfare, subsidized housing,
hit that like button,
healthcare, employment, development, education, that these programs that have benefited the black
Bingo, that part
community
right there.
constitute reparations in the billions.
It definitely admits guilt. Shout out to Divine. Yeah. They don't want to do that. But like, why though? Because it's not a secret.
Billions and billions of dollars. Does that count for anything?
First of
No,
all,
it don't.
there's trillions, if we want to talk money, owed. And no, I don't think it has worked so far. And I think that's why we do need to have a conversation about it today.
We're going to hear why a woman says being a mother of 2 black sons makes
being
Look at okay now. Look. We got the old
you will
schools.
find there were about 3,000.
We got old schools like this, who are why we are in the position. The reason why, as a whole, we are in the situation we are in is because
history from revisionists
old heads like
and
this.
race hustlers, and also lessons from the least of these. Bob, thank you so much for being here.
Pleased to be here.
You say you don't support reparations. Why not?
Not everybody suffered equally. I mean, when you go into slavery, it's much more complex than all white.
Yeah, I had it easy, Malcolm. I was up there eating butter, biscuits, watching them niggers out there work until they died for the most part. Yeah. Me and my family, we's good. I don't need no reparations, boss. It's them niggas out there, them siren niggas who looking for a handout, boss.
White people were the oppressors and black people were the victims. If you dissect it, you will find there were about 3,700 free blacks who owned 12,000 slaves, black slaves. The question is, do the descendants of those free blacks who owned black slaves, do they pay?
Yes. The government is responsible. So it doesn't come from them per se. It comes from the government. But you got these raccoons out here talking like this. But let's hear
Blacks
them.
really benefited more the first 100 years after slavery.
And for the most part, those blacks who actually owned slaves bought them like for family reasons because they bought them out of slavery. So when they try to take this and twist it as if black people was just out here just owning slaves and doing them like, you know, Massa was doing them, they twisting this.
We have
You gotta know a little something, to, you know what I'm saying? See the tricks that they use and they pull and they get these little types of raccoons like this.
In 1937, during the Depression, everyone in my small, low-income black community, 98% of the households had a man and a woman raising children. Elderly people could
look at him. He like, look at this old ass. Look at this old con right here, man. He just
walk safely in that community without fear of being assaulted by their grandchildren. Never heard a gunfire during that time. Never heard of a child being shot.
See y'all youngsters out here. This black on black crime. We ain't had that back then. He want to go to that. He want to blame the black on black crime. See, listen, if reparations, if people wasn't in the position that they was in, because the same thing happened with the Jews when they was living in the ghettos. They was living low lives and drug dealing, drug peddling, and all of that type of stuff, drug using, all of that type of stuff. But see, then they got a grant by the government, and then they rose into a different position.
The death in the crib. But there are 50 children today who have been shot and killed in our cities.
That's why we need reparations to repair, fix the broken under the red, white, and blue flag, goddamn, because that flag has committed a whole lot of sin.
You're talking about remedies. We've got to look beyond saying that every solution has to have a winner and a loser, that blacks can only benefit if whites lose. We have to be defined more than just.
Why is it that way? Why are you looking at it that way? Because we aren't the ones who are winning. It's we're trying to get what is deserved to us. So if you don't want to pay us what is owed to us, it is you who is afraid that we will be winning and you will be losing, which is not the case. Because like a boy said, the white guy before with the slick down hair in the clip, I don't think I played it, but he said it's an investment into a community, and most communities have been uh invested in less than others. You know what I'm saying? Some communities have been invested in less than others. You know what I'm saying? So, which is us. If you give us the reparations, pay what is owed, that's gonna flourish the economy. It's going to go right back into the economy. Is you want to talk about tax dollars and all of this type of stuff, but you ain't worried about any of that when it comes to writing the check for the C-19, or like I said, for the Ukrainians or the Afghanistanians. They'll never give a gripe. They did it with the eyes closed. They just here you go.
Us victims of oppression. When whites were at their worst, blacks were at their best. When we were denied access to hotels, we built our own. We have to communicate to our people the history of how they achieved in the face of oppression. But if we continue to sit back and say all of the challenges that we face in out of wedlock births of violence, that somehow the control of that is in the hands of white America, and therefore, until white people change, there's nothing that we can do. This sets up a terrible situation for this nation. The big crisis facing America is not racial. It is a moral and spiritual freefall that is consuming our children. The highest death rate among black
operations are done, that would be an absolute disaster, as opposed to guidance and help in creating generational wealth as opposed to income.
Right.
That would be an absolute disaster.
No one ever says that that there's going to be mismanagement of funds when we're talking about the distribution of reparations payments to other communities.
I just said it. I just said you give that money to anybody, they're going to mismanage it. They're going to blow it. Look at the fraud that just occurred with all of the money that was given in support of COVID.
Okay, so
now I have to take a break for a second.
Where did he say this? Said I skipped it. This is what I was trying to get to.
I want to hear from the audience. I know you guys are
under the Homestead Act of 1860. Let's go back to the period in which there was a promise made of 40-acre land grants to Black Americans. At the same
I want to get Dr. Phil.
Was not fulfilled. The U.S.
I want to get
government
him up
gave
in here.
1.5 million white families in the United States 160-acre land grants in the Western Territories under the Homestead Act of 1860. That was a transfer that has resulted in a situation in which 45 million living white Americans are continuing to be beneficiaries of those land patents.
Okay, let me jump in for a second here, because my name's on the wall everywhere. You're given a history lesson which is indisputable, Professor. Those are the facts. But I can tell you from a psychological perspective that if you take $350,000 or $840,000 and you write a check to any group of people, black, white, poor, homeless, whatever, you give any group of people that much money and say, there you go, best of luck, and you come back in 6 months, they're going to be broke. So whatever reparations are done, that would be an absolute disaster, as opposed to guidance and help in creating generational wealth as opposed to income.
Right.
That would be an absolute disaster.
No one ever says that that there's going to be mismanagement of funds when we're talking about the distribution of reparations payments to other communities.
I just said it. I just said you give that money to anybody, they're going to mismanage it. They're going to blow it. Look at the fraud that just occurred with all of the money that was given in support of COVID.
Man. Anyway, you see how they try to do it. I just said it. You give it the funds, but you gave the funds. First of all, and you ain't talking about any communities. The whole segment is about black people getting what they deserve. Black descendants of slavery, of American slavery. You feel what I'm saying? But they want to white splain, they have word salad and shit like that. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and in this stream. I really do appreciate y'all for pulling up to the bootleg ass studio. On God, it's been real. Indubitably. I got a client studio session, you know what I'm saying, on their way, and we finna have to get to the work. You feel me? The grind don't stop. I'm gonna tap back in with y'all on another note. I wanted to shoot the shit with y'all a little bit longer. But like I said, the grind don't stop. Duty cows. You feel me? But yeah, hit that like button. And I'm gonna check y'all out on the next stream. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. On God, you feel me? Yeah. And I'm gonna tap back in with y'all. I'm gonna be looking in my comments and shit like that. You feel me? I see you, Divine. Yo. You'll summarize it like this. Summarize it, but leave it in the comment section.